guys, I actually haven't made a YouTube video, like an actual one, in a good while. I also haven't really done anything with my voice, so I thought this would be kind of fun. I wanted to talk for this video, but I had absolutely zero ideas, so being this very smart guy I am, I went to the group chat with my friends, asked for some ideas, and then my buddy Casper gave me two very great options where I could either talk about like art community things, such as like how I feel about tracing, or maybe perhaps the evolution of my character. And I thought the evolution of my character would be super cool because I could do that without having to write a script at all. So here we are. Today I'm going to talk about my self-insert, also known as a persona, Alfred, which is literally just how I will often draw myself. Not the thing you see in the thumbnail holding a piece of paper, but instead this guy right here, the little guy in the corner that you see. So we're gonna go all the way back to about 2016. I unfortunately don't have a lot of images to show for these designs because a lot of the notebooks that I used to draw in have been completely lost or thrown away. But we're gonna go ahead and set the scene. Zalgo's demon daughter who has big boobs and blonde side-parted hair. Yeah, that's basically the entire point of her character. She didn't really have much personality other than the fact that she would be a mom in specific alternate universes, that she had a huge thing for Jeff the Killer, and was just overall Mary Sue overpowered, basically what you expect a fourth grader to make. Skipping down to about 2017, a little early 2018, the OC has changed drastically and she is now Jackie Ackerman. She has nothing to do with creepypasta other than the fact that I decided her dad would be Zalgo still for a short while and her mom would be a humanized MILF version of Mama Tattletale. And then that sort of changed. All I know is that her older brother was supposed to be Levi Ackerman, and she was like married to Aaron Yeager, and that was kind of it. But she also had like a little brother who was basically like the twink, shy boy human version of Leo from the 3D animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think it's known as 2012, but I can't remember, because I was still pretty obsessed with that. Then we're gonna flash forward to middle school, specifically 6th and 7th grade. My persona, I didn't really have a set name for them, but anytime I drew myself, it would just be this pretty sad-looking blonde kid with a hoodie and pants on, always having eye bags, not usually smiling. Sometimes I draw the character in pigtails, and I would try to draw my two front teeth, which are a little bit similar to buck teeth. Stuff like that. Just very basic, pretty boring stuff. Nothing special about the character other than just being super depressing. And then this is how I started drawing my character in 2021. Ooh. Basically, I took more of a masculine approach for this one, and how I would draw myself specifically. It wasn't more of a persona design, rather just how I drew myself. My hair did not look like this at all, but it still had that same super depressed kind of thing. And then this was my official persona, which was how I drew myself. Basically, I role played with this guy a lot. And now we're gonna time skip a bit to the time when I was extremely into Dreamology. Basically, I have been following Kirza since like 2020. I think I knew her art a little bit beforehand, but this was specifically where it really shined. Like, I drew myself like this all the time, except I made him like little baby boy, really tiny boy who just wants to be held. And he was basically just blonde HwsKittieDollie, essentially, which is actually pretty funny. His character was that he was short, he was a crybaby, he participated in not good things to the body, and he had a dad and an older brother, and his older brother was one of my bestest friends in the whole world ever, roadkill. And then his papa is a long-time best friend of mine, Xander, and let me tell you, all the designs in this drawing are so very old. Like, the little trio we have, none of us use these designs anymore. I personally designed Roadkill's first ever persona. Like, I designed it because I thought it'd be cool. I doubt that it's actually their very first, but you know. And I don't draw them like this at all. Because, you know, things change. But this was a pretty awkward phase, to be honest. It was a little bit weird, not very good. Didn't really like the art, and I don't know what was going on with the eyes. The character had a little bit less personality compared to this guy. Giraffe neck. Because I never really role-played with him at all. Like, literally, I never role-played with this guy. He was just... Sorry, I keep yawning. He was just a creature that I drew sometimes when I wanted to draw myself. And I don't think I even drew him that much. I just drew all my other characters more throughout the year. And now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna time skip again to early 2022. We get rid of the blonde hair because I just wasn't feeling it anymore, guys. I couldn't do it. I did not like it. It was specifically before I got the new eye style and stopped drawing the eyes with the same color as, like, the pupil, or I don't know what the color part is called. Okay, I'm not that smart, and I can't remember it. I don't know if you guys heard that. Anyway, no, this guy actually had not much of a personality, but in a good sense. Specifically, I literally just called him Baby Alfie, simply because I was too lazy, and then I had a regular version, which I just called Adult Alfie. Baby Alfie was just super chibi little guy, and Adult Alfie was just how I would normally draw for the most part. I didn't even draw him that much, and I eventually decided to make Baby Alfie his whole separate character rather than just the little chibi version of my main persona. He doesn't even have anything to do with my main persona other than the fact that he's his little brother, and that's kind of it. But his main personality was, he was just super tiny and super small, like a little guy who loved his big brother more than anything. He was just super cute guy. And then Adult Alfie, which you see right here, is literally just the same thing, but no baby. Just depressed, abused guy. I drew him occasionally like this, and eventually he kind of looked like this, but in like June, July. And it was just more of how I wanted to look rather than like an OC. And then we get back into like October, November, and all that, and we have this. We have this guy. I drew my persona like this because I thought this was the coolest thing ever. And I was kind of like, ooh, look, guys, this is so good. This is just it. Because I wanted to look like this, and as a result, people were kind of like, oh my god, HwsKittieDollie for real. On TikTok, specifically. And then eventually, I just changed it slightly to have split dye hair, with one half being like a bright hot pink. And I drew my persona like that for a while until I couldn't stay. And then I made it was really ugly change I don't want to talk about. And then we're gonna skip like one design because I drew it like twice. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna focus on my current main design. Now this design focuses more on like the scene aspect because I really like scene and I like raccoon tails and stuff like this. And it has more to do with like, oh, this is kind of like an OC rather than a persona per se. So while he's supposed to be a representation of me, it's, more original and more detached from me, and is able to have more of a his own thing going on. And so when I try to draw how I quote unquote look like in real life, end quote, I draw myself looking something like this. My hair doesn't obviously look like this, it's not this color, but it is fluffy and short still. I have a couple pictures that you can go see on my Instagram in my me highlight, which is just every single picture of me that I could find from the archive and like the archived Instagram stories and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't think the audio quality is going to be that good, considering I'm recording this on an iPad, because I don't know how to make better audio. But, yeah, that's kind of it. I hope you guys liked the very short and brief history of my main persona, and have a good day.